Hello ladies and gentlemen, and today in War Thunder we're looking at the plane, the I-16 Type 18, which is a Tier 2 fighter on the Russian tech tree. Now, this fighter is very versatile. It basically can be used in any way that you deem fit. It can be used as a turning fighter, it can be used as a dogfighter, it can be used to go after bombers. It can even be used to go after ground targets because it's equipped with rockets. On this map, I basically decided that I was going to basically be a fighter and go after fighters. Just to show how effective this little plane can be. And the good thing is, if you are a player which has played quite a lot of War Thunder, like at the moment I'm playing around Tier 8 and Tier 9 games, when you come back to lower tiers, you find a lot of inexperienced players. So you can use the tips that you've picked up while playing War Thunder to basically outmatch them. Now, I can understand if you were using this plane for the first time at lower tiers, you wouldn't think it was that good, because its maneuverability isn't as good as the rest of the biplanes. Its guns are okay, it's basically got nothing special, but coming from a higher tier and using this plane, you can basically destroy, that was unfortunate there, one of my allies running into that plane while I was shooting it. You can basically use it to destroy planes at your will. The 4 front-mounted machine guns do a lot of damage, especially to biplanes, which you are going to encounter a lot since this is a Tier 2 plane. As you can see here, I'm going after a Stuka. I would say this thing, you could argue that it is underarmed, but at the level that it's at, it isn't. 4 machine guns is probably going to be the max that you're going to get at this level at Tier 2. You're not going to get anything crazy like cannons, or anything stupid like that. As you can see, I'm using my rockets to try and kill this Stuka, but I find rockets very hard to use, unfortunately. But I do get a hit there after being about 10 meters away from the guy. And so far I've got 1 assist and 1 kill. So it's going well since I'm using it as a fighter. But at these lower tiers, a lot of the ground units are either AA or armoured cars, so you can use the front-mounted machine guns to kill those ground units. So at lower tiers, bombers don't really come into it, unless you're trying to go after medium or heavy tanks, which there aren't a lot of. Now I'm eyeing up a biplane here, and this just shows how much damage this thing can do. See, in a matter of seconds, I've torn that plane apart. And it just shows that this thing has good firepower. What it loses in maneuverability, it gains in firepower. Its machine guns are very, very fast shooting. It's as if you're firing a Gatling gun at the enemy, which does mean that your weapons overheat very fast. So if you are using this plane, make sure you have a lot of points into weapon maintenance, just so your guns don't overheat as fast, and also reload speed, just as you should on all fighters. But generally, I enjoy this plane. It has the ability to destroy bombers, it has the ability to destroy fighters, it basically has the ability to do anything you need at a Tier 2 level. The only thing it struggles with is attacking medium tanks. But luckily you can get the upgrade to have rockets, which can be used against stuff like I'm fighting now, the Catalina, or medium tanks if you decide to go on the bomber route. Another great thing about this plane is that it is very small, so you can attack ships, you can attack AA without even thinking about them shooting back, because the chances of them hitting you are very, very slim. A problem with this plane, I suppose, is that because it is very small, if somebody does hit you, they are going to hit a critical area on your plane, and it will take you out. But because it's very maneuverable, and it can be very fast if you're coming out of dives, then you aren't going to get hit that much often. And if you are an experienced player coming back down to lower ranks, then stuff like that shouldn't be a problem, because you know to start high and go low. Now, I am eyeing up another fighter, but I decide to go after another Catalina. The Catalina is good at this level, so what I would do is basically leave them to their own devices, because as you can see here, I'm putting millions upon millions of machine gun shots into this Catalina and the one before it, and I really haven't done any criticals or anything like that, and that's not down to my aiming. It is just down to the fact that the Catalina is very, very well armed. And unfortunately, the Catalina's gunners set me on fire, and for some reason I can't shoot my machine gun, so I decide to go and see if I can ram this thing, but unfortunately I can't. But anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great day.